Man, is that nasty.
Is that a little spicy or what?
Really good afternoon, I'd say.
This is a very, very clean 2010 Corvette LS3 manual transmission. You may have seen this car in here before. This was a rescue mission that we did from another shop. And we'll pull up the dyno and we'll talk about it. So I'm still got to put a little bit more fuel up top, but I wanted to get a video in for today. Let's take a look. And we got 865 and 869 back to back. And we will clean this up so we can show you the differences. And we'll take that one out of there. Okay. So we were experiencing belt slip, and you could see this lower green line is the boost line, and then it was starting to slip right in this area here, and then it would just flatline to 10 pounds. And we talked about this in the last video on this car. Discussed putting an 8-rib upgrade on this front end, which is made by A&A. Very, very nice deal. Very difficult to install.
And very complex too.
Very complex, but all billet brackets, all real heavy duty stuff. So now the Supercharger is being driven by an 8-rib instead of a 6-rib. Where the 6-rib was running everything before, now it has a dedicated 8-rib. It has a separate 6-rib and a separate AC. So it actually has 4 belts on it,
which is wild.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And we did go 10% larger on the lower pulley, because that's the way that kit comes. It comes with a new harmonic balancer. That balancer did not fit the crank. It was too tight of a press fit, so we had to send it out to the machine shop, have it honed out to have the proper press fit, and we keyed it. And this is the result. We had 784 rear wheel horsepower before, and now we've got 869. So, you know, a solid
85.
Yeah, 85 rear wheel horsepower with just putting a pulley kit on it. No changes to the tune. I made a base pull with the same tune that was in it the last time it was here. I didn't change anything. I knew it was going to be okay because it's a little on the conservative side too. I mean, This thing's on E60 and change right now. It's not pump gas steel.
Yeah.
So we did the A&A dual staged auxiliary fuel pump with the regulator and all the lines and everything. Very complex system, but it works really good. Very well engineered. Kudos to A&A Superchargers. They really got some nice stuff, I'll tell you. Got their stuff together. And so to give you an example, we had 740 pounds of torque, and now we have 768 at peak. Okay, we can clear out this cursors, right? Just enable them, or
what are you looking for?
take these numbers out of here temporarily, or
that I don't remember how to do. I know we enabled it, and it's
yeah, that's okay. But you know, the peak torque happens really late on a centrifugally supercharged engine with a cam. You know, normally your torque peaks are going to be down, you know, either mid 4,000s, low 5,000s, and peak horsepower is going to be in the low 6,000s. Well, this thing just wants to keep going, and I'm sure it's pulling timing up here because of the charge temperatures, and that's a good safety measure. This is a stock long block LS3.
I thought this had pistons and I know it's got heads on it. I'm pretty sure this has pistons and rods in it at the very least. I know it's got...
I want to check with Ryan because I think it's a stock bottom end.
I know it's got PRC heads on it because it's got the weird gasket seat spark plugs.
He did a heads and cam package on it because this was a low mileage original car. We'll have to check with Ryan because he had a lot of the work done elsewhere. We did all the cleanup work, the calibration, fuel system, injectors, plugs,
that's
wires.
a hot ticket if that's stock pistons and rods.
I'm pretty sure that's a stock bottom end, which, because the peak torque happens later, it's easier on the motor, higher RPM.
You can kind of get away with it, yeah.
The positive displacement superchargers, they hit really hard early, and that's what will bend connecting rods.
Yeah, because we only had that one other stock bottom end LS3 car with that 2650 on it that made this much.
Yeah,
and we were
like, no, we got to back.
Yeah, that was a lot.
It's just too much torque.
Yeah,
too much torque too early.
It's like 3,000 RPM earlier.
This thing makes the peak torque at 5,500 instead of 3,500 or 4,500.
Yeah,
so there's a big difference. It's about dividing the torque by cylinder events, right? You have a hell of a lot more cylinder events at 5,500 than you do at 4,500. So it's a big difference. We've been over 800 with many LS3s on good fuel.
Yeah.
I did it back in 2011. We did a centrifugal car, Vortec YSI, stock long block with a cam and headers, fuel system, injectors, and that car's still the same way it was back in 2011, so it's been out there over 15 years.
Damn.
Still running and driving. Made like 814 rear wheel on 100 octane.
Okay.
And that wasn't this much boost. This is at peak power. We are about 12.8 pounds of boost, and it's rolling over a little bit earlier because the ignition timing is backing down due to charge temperatures. So I'm going to look at all this data and evaluate it and decide if I want to, lean on it a little more. Not that I ever want to do that. But, it just depends if I feel like it's soggy versus happy.
Happy.
If it's happy, I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah.
If I see something that looks like it's a little soggy, then I might tweak it just a hair. But really cool build. Crazy amount of power for a light car like this. It is a convertible, so it's a little heavier than a standard Corvette, but it's still
light by any means.
Yeah.
It's a Corvette.
Oh yeah. So let me get back to work. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Be sure and like and share these videos, and go back and watch the other video on this car, and then you'll be able to put it all together.
Yeah.
This some on our YouTube.
Yeah, this is on our YouTube, and
this car here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so go on our YouTube page and like and share that for us too.
Yeah.
And that really helps, get the algorithm going on YouTube so more people can see that stuff. So we really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Well, good morning everyone. Zach here from Genetti Racing with a little add-on to the end of this video. I was about halfway home last night. Ted stayed late to dyno this car just a little more, and I get a text with a different power number than we finished off in the main segment of the video. So I wanted to show you guys and go over obviously before and after numbers. We just took it off of the dyno, so let's take a peek. Let's see what we got. So we wrapped up last night at 885 rear wheel horsepower, which is silly, and we made 770 foot-pounds of torque, all said and done. So comparing this, I have the previous dyno before we did the new pulley setup or anything like that as a comparison. So you can see we have our old boost curve versus our new boost curve. We ended up at 10.2 pounds last time, 13.4 pounds this time. Again, no upper pulley change. All we did was the new 8-rib drive system for the Supercharger and that slightly oversized harmonic balancer. So up here, we're dealing with 100 rear wheel horsepower improvement with some fueling changes in regards to just tuning, and obviously our minor pulley change. And we went from 739.2 foot-pounds all the way up to 770. Woo! Which is just, yeah, that's silly, dude. So I just thought I would share this with you guys because, I mean, wild. I remember I saw it come up on my phone on the way home, and I'm like, are you kidding me? We made more? It was impressive before, but now this is going to be a heck of a car to pilot around, I'll tell you that much. So, well, now we're all said and done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Our dyno bay is ready for its next inhabitant, which actually there's two different cars that it might be, so we'll see which one is here and we'll go from there. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned.